Burger King hadn't really thought this chicken sandwich through. Okay, so another Marvel movie has come out, another Thor movie has come out. Thor 4, God, Thunder, Love and Thunder, that's the title.
That's in my brain now.
But do you remember Thor 2?
Death would have come to you soon enough.
Not by your hand.
That's Thor out there, he's waving his hammer around and everything.
Yep, that one. Everyone's favourite. So when Thor the Dark World was released, Burger King Malaysia decided to make a Hammer Tendercrisp Chicken Sandwich. What's this got to do with Thor 2? I don't know. So what makes up this sandwich is a corn-dusted bun, mayonnaise, a very crispy piece of fried chicken breast, lettuce, tomato, and a black pepper sauce. Now, you've all seen this movie, right? In this film, there is a red mist they call the ether.
The ether. It's more of a kind of an angry sludge sort of a thing, so someone's going to need to amend that.
What are some of the best colours for sauces in a chicken sandwich? Go ahead, I'll wait.
Shall we help them? Eventually.
Anyway, we're going to make it how the Burger King gods intended. Gods. Nice. And it's going to be so much better than the original, you're just going to be like... Yes! Alright, let's make this thing. Before we get started, let's have a look at what the Hammer Tendercrisp Chicken Sandwich actually looked like. Man, that's not a good name. It's so hard to say. A pretty sad looking sandwich with minimal amounts of sauce and 2 flat pieces of bread. Not exactly food fit for a god. Looks more like Steve Rogers before the super soldier serum.
Somebody get that kid a sandwich.
And how could I forget this fantastic bit of dated marketing that excludes 45% of BK's target audience.
Bigger, meatier, manlier.
This sandwich is yet another illusion created by the king.
Thor. Enough. No more illusions.
First up, take 1 cup of warm water, add 3 tablespoons of milk, 1.5 tablespoons of dry active yeast, 2 tablespoons of honey, then set aside for 5 minutes. You want that bloomin' yeasty top. Now add 2 cups of bread flour to the bowl of a stand mixer, then 1 3/4 cup of corn flour, an optional 1 tablespoon of diastatic malt powder, half a teaspoon of salt, mix to combine, then add 2.5 tablespoons of room temperature softened butter. If it's not room temperature, then I will just have to pardon you the Sakar way.
You're officially pardoned from life.
Oh my God!
Now, using your hands, blend the butter into the flour mix, and don't stop until fully incorporated and pea-sized balls appear in the flour. Add a single beaten egg to the mixture, the blooming yeasty milky mix, 1/3 cup of honey, and mix on low speed for a few minutes. Then add another 2 cups of bread flour, and mix on medium speed for 6 to 8 minutes. Then grease a large bowl with oil, add your dough, cover with plastic wrap, and set aside and let rise for 2 hours, or until doubled in size. Then punch it down because you've lost your mother, father, brother, girlfriend, hammer in each of your movies and base your entire eternal existence on wondering if you're worthy or not. Then flour your work surface, take your dough out of the bowl, cut into 6 equal pieces, then shape them into balls. You want them weighing in around 215 grams. Then place on a grease-lined baking sheet, cover with a deep baking tray, and let rise for 1 hour, or until doubled in size.
You're big.
Now crack an egg into a bowl, add 1 tablespoon of water, whisk to combine, then brush the top of your buns with your egg wash, use a sharp knife to make your incisions on the top, sprinkle with corn flour, and then place in a preheated oven and bake for 15 minutes. Remove them once golden brown, and you've got the sexiest, softest, tastiest corn buns you'll ever have in your life. And if you disagree with me, well then...
You're all not worthy.
Next up, add 3 tablespoons of light soy sauce to a bowl, then 3 tablespoons of honey, 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, 1.5 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, and 2 tablespoons of freshly ground black pepper. Whisk to combine, then add that mixture to a pot set on medium heat. Whilst your sauce simmers, add 1 tablespoon of corn flour or cornstarch to half a cup of cold water, and add it to the simmering pot. Then kill the heat and continue to stir your mixture until it's thickened and aromatic. And just like that, you've got black pepper sauce. Easy.
If it were easy, everyone would do it.
Next up, add 2 cups of buttermilk to a large bowl, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of freshly ground black pepper, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and stir to combine. Okay, let's talk about breasts.
What?
Take 3 chicken breasts and slice each horizontally, leaving one side attached. Then open up your breast, this is called butterflying, cover them with plastic wrap, and take your worthiest of meat mallets, also known as a
hammer.
Now gently bash your breasts with your hefty hammer until the meat has grown about 1/3 in size. That sounded like a cheesy line out of a romance novel with like Chris Hemsworth on the cover.
He gently bashed her breasts with his hefty hammer until his meat had grown about 1/3 in size.
Your hammer got bigger? How did your hammer grow, Chris?
Then add your tenderized pieces of chicken into your buttermilk dredge, cover with plastic wrap and place in the fridge for at least 1 hour or overnight. Now, to get started on your breading, add 2 cups of all-purpose flour to a large bowl. Add 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of freshly ground black peppercorns, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, mix it up, then grab your buttermilk out of the fridge, and add a few drops of it to your flour mixture to create those signature clumps on the breading. Then shake it up. It might seem like a pointless process, but this is the secret to crispy fried chicken and worth your time.
How much longer do you think we'll be here?
Now, take a chicken breast out of the buttermilk mixture and place into the flour dredge. Press down on it with your wet hand to create the crust on one side, then flip with your dry hand and press down again to create the crust on the other side. Repeat this until the breast is completely covered, then place on a floured tray. Once all breasts are breaded, you're now ready to fry. First, fill 1/3 of a cast iron pan up with vegetable oil, bring the oil to temp, then gently place a breast away from you into the pan. Fry for 6 to 8 minutes and use a spoon to baste the top of the chicken with the oil to create that crunchy exterior on both sides. Once golden brown, remove from the pan and place on a wire rack to drain of any excess oil. And then go ahead and repeat this process with the rest of your chicken. And look at that crispy crust. I told you making those clumps was worth it.
I knew it.
Now take your bottom bun and add a generous portion of mayonnaise to it, then add your crispy fried chicken, then a generous helping of your black pepper sauce, then 2 slices of tomato, season them both with salt, then a few leaves of crisp lettuce, and then crown with another mayoed up bun, and your Hammer Tendercrisp Sandwich has been assembled.
How exciting!
Come on, how good does this look? Alright, let's see that cross section.
Come to daddy.
I'm drooling. I'm actually drooling. There's more white meat on there than Thor's butt.
And flick. Oh.
Alright, I'm going in for my first bite. You hear the crunch? Oh my Odin. I might be biased because I love fried chicken, but this is the best thing I've made on this show so far. First thing I taste is the crispy chicken. Now because I hammered down the breast, it's so tender, and then that crispy outer layer on the chicken has got a little bit of spice with that cayenne pepper. Then the next thing that immediately hits is that black pepper sauce. I thought it had no place on this sandwich, but you know what? It slaps.
I like it. Another!
But then we got the mayonnaise, that extra creaminess balances out that pepper kick. And then you got the lettuce and tomato, which adds such a freshness to the whole thing. And then to top it all off, these buns, they're buttery, they're light. The corn adds another dimension of flavor to the whole bun. It's like a combo between a brioche bun and a cornbread. This thing could transcend the Rainbow Bridge, go up into Asgard, and take the throne. It's that good. Oh baby, I am not worthy. This is one of the best things I've ever put in my mouth. And you're probably thinking, of course he's gonna say that because he's made it, he's doing a show, so he's probably making it a way bigger deal than it needs to be. And have I done that in the past? Maybe. I'm a trickster.
Surprise!
But trust me when I say this now, hold on to your Asgards because this is gonna be the best thing you've eaten in a while.
I do not understand.
I do. I understood that reference.
So this has been Lights Camera Kitchen. Oh, that pepper sauce, woo! If you enjoyed this video and want to show your support, please subscribe now. All you gotta do is hit that button and you'll be in a world of peace.
your imagination.
This way you'll never miss a video, and make sure to leave a comment down below, let me know what you think of this sandwich. That's all for this episode, and remember, for those that are watching right now, you are worthy.
I'm still worthy.